down. A little bit of lag there. Another tank going down, but there are just too many Thors. One more Thor going down and another neural parasite going down. So this Thor is shooting all these Hellions. These Hellions running over here, sniping this infestor. They do get it. This Thor does return back to his senses, and these roaches are left in the wind. Of course, we do see another scan coming down, killing these creep tumors. These creep tumors look like they were just on the edge blocking this command, so not really sure if they did or not. So, Fuzer able to come out on time. Let's go and look at the loss tab. Fuzer is ahead when it comes to losses as far as the game is now. Of course, Fuzer really doesn't have that much control of the map. He hasn't really been aggressive, but he's been solid with his movements out. These Hellions, utilizing the Hellions, great for harassment, running around here, just seeing what basically he can pick off and see, what MaDFroG is leaving out there in the wind, and he is just chewing on MaDFroG. And we do have these Hellions coming in here, and will be trying to cap off this high yield, but of course these roaches not happy about that, running here, killing 3 or 4 of those Hellions. So those Hellions do go down to those roaches. Those roaches, although they are on the skin carpet and they do have the reconstitution, they are not quite as fast as the Hellions. So the Hellions are still able to speed away and get away from that. And great job by MaDFroG of seeing what's going on and burrowing his drones and basically saving those drones from a fiery death. So that expansion did pretty much go unscathed, and we do have another expansion coming online here. So MaDFroG doing a great job of expanding, a great job of just pumping out units here. Income tab pretty close. Of course, we do have MaDFroG has this fully saturated high yield. And we have Fuzzy, no. We have Fuzer coming out here again and just knocking down all of these creep tumors. He does not like the fact that MaDFroG has such great field view. And, oh, we have some Zerglings coming up here and trying to do something, but of course not really getting anything done. There's just too much of an army there. Too many bunkers and whatnot. So, those Zerglings, of course, just throwing away their lives. But who cares? They're Zerglings. Only 25 minutes a pop. So we have a creep tumor over here by the Xel'Naga Tower. I like that. Really just always able to tell. Although those don't look like eyes, these creep tumors are great when it comes to spying out troop movements. And of course we do have, it looks like a conflict may occur here. These roaches are too few in number to really challenge this group. However, there is a massive cluster of infestors back here. So let's go and look at the production tab. Oh, we actually, never mind. We have these Hellions coming over here chasing away all of these roaches. Fuzer looking to make a push here. Will it be enough? I do not believe there's so many roaches on the field. We do see a fungal growth going down on those Hellions, basically neutering those Hellions, not allowing them to run around. These Thors are taking a couple pot shots at the Overlords. That Queen goes down in a bloody pulp. I don't know what she was thinking. She was one pissed off Queen. Of course, Fuzer doing the right thing, backing out here. I don't know why MaDFroG didn't press this advantage. He was able to see how many units Fuzer had on the table. I just want to point out, we see Chitinous Plating go down. I know I see that. I hope you do, because we are going to see Ultralisk on the field. So I'm excited about that. So another instance of Fuzer coming under here and intercepting those Zerglings. What I was going to say, he's pushing against this high yield. So he's actually in a dangerous position. We could see MaDFroG pull a flank on this. These exposed tanks could easily go down to a Zergling push. These Thors, the only thing here that is good at taking out those Zerglings are those Hellions. That you did see them go down, and it's all of these Thors turning on their brothers, just sniping those guys. What's left? These roaches are able to soak up what damage, and we are doing some focus fire here. Another Thor coming back to his senses, but of course he has no friends left, and these 2 tanks are gonna go down, and this one Thor, yeah, and boosh. There you go. Goodbye. So great use of Neural Parasite by MaDFroG. Those Thors are just so tempting to use that on. And we do see vehicle weapons level 3 and armor plating level 3 just about to finish up. So those Thors are going to be maxed out, and they are going to be oh so dangerous. Of course, we do have MaDFroG coming in here trying to do something here to this high yield. This Planetary Fortress is pounding these Zerglings. Will it be enough? I do not believe so. All these infestors are way exposed. These tanks are setting up here and just pounding these units here. Fuzer desperately trying to repair his Planetary Fortress, and all of these infested Terrans trying to throw their weight into the battle, but these infested Terrans are not very good against buildings, so all of them will be going down, and Fuzer is able to keep on his, or able to keep hold of his high yield. Great use of SCVs here, able to repair this Planetary Fortress as it just deals a massive amount of punishment I just want to note that we see a shift from Thors here to tanks, and I wonder if that is a cognitive reaction to MaDFroG's use of these land sharks. These land sharks able to throw those neuroport parasites, as we saw earlier, and really just turning these Thors on themselves, on their brethren. And we do have these Hellions coming in here to this high yield. Where is the army to protect it? I don't see any units on the field for MaDFroG that are here to stop this. All these tanks sieged up, so if anyone dares to approach this, they are totally going to get a face full of lead or whatever tanks shoot out. High temper steel, whatever. And we see a huge group of Ultralists coming on the field. So let's go ahead and look at the units tab. We have 11 Ultralists coming on. So the Ultralists are running up here, doing so much damage to these units. We see Neuroparasite used once again. Fungal growth going down as well. But we do see the Ultras back out. There was just too much fire coming from these siege tanks with level 3. 34 damage versus armored. And let me tell you, these Ultralists are armored. And we do have the Ultras coming up here again, snapping at these Hellions. We do see an Ultralist go down, and these Zerglings are just running up there and dying like a crazy little Zerglings that they are. And we do have the siege tanks sieging up here and just decimating these Ultras. All these Ultras going down. We got one Ultralist left. He is just chewing on these guys, doing the best he can. And we did see one brave drone come up there. That Ultras did go down, so all of these tanks are just sitting here blasting away at MaDFroG's waning natural expansion here. MaDFroG has a little bit left as far as minerals go, so MaDFroG trying to bring online this expansion, and this expansion, of course, has been online for a little while, and it's been relatively unmolested. And we do have a Thor running over here, kind of in a dangerous position here, because if there is a surround, a little bit more lag, if there is a surround by these Zerglings, this Thor will go down. This Thor is just so weak against a lot of little mass units, and we actually see Neuroparasite going down on this Thor, so this Thor is going to be serving the Queen of Blades at this point. And of course, is just pounding these Hellions. These Hellions don't know what's going on. Hellions desperately trying to come over here. But MaDFroG overextends the use of that Neuroparasite, and once again using it, but of course these Thors just walking up and blasting away that guy. And I don't know, I really don't know what MaDFroG's going to do at this point. He has one Ultralisk on the field. Let's see what he's bringing up. He's bringing up the melee attack too, but all these Zerglings not going to be able to really do much. There's not enough bulk of Zerglings to face off against all of these Thors, so we do see MaDFroG desperately trying to queue up more hatcheries because he is really getting chewed on right now. With all these Zerglings surround this one Hellion, and he does go down in blaze of glory. All these Zerglings trying to run here, trying to make something happen. I don't think this is a good call. There are just too many Thors, too many tanks, not going to be able to clean this up. And we see 22 Ultralists coming online. So we are going to see a herd of angry, pissed off Ultras go up against these Thors. So Fuzer could be in trouble here, but Fuzer, of course, I just want you to take note of Fuzer's bank. Look at that. Almost 12k in mins he's sitting on versus MaDFroG 16. And we do have these Hellions trying to run here, trying to toast some drones. Of course, they were persuaded otherwise because by this Queen. This Queen is not happy, but she will go down, and we see her arms just kind of fly off into chunky bits. And we do see that Overseer go down by all of these anti-aircraft missiles from Fuzer's Thors. A little bit more like, I'm going to have to change those hard drives. And the hatchery is going to go down, so MaDFroG losing one of his only expansions left. And of course, look at this, these Ultras are stuck, so they go ahead and just chew that, wow, that unfortunate hatchery there. So we have these Ultras. This herd of Ultras is online. They are rampaging around, pissed off, trying to find something to just whack with those massive tusks. Of course, did I just see those SCVs kill that hatch? I do believe so. But of course, never mind that. We have a huge force of Ultras coming in here on this planetary fortress. There are just so many Ultras here, as SCVs will not be able to heal it in time. So much DPS going down on it, and all these SCVs are just going to get racked by these massive tusks. I mean, that was just crazy, crazy. Those SCVs didn't stand a chance. And we see Fuzer kind of recalling in his army here. So many Thors, but I do not believe those Thors really are going to be able to do much against this massive Ultralisk army. The Thors, of course, doing 39 damage by themselves, but the Ultralisk doing 43 damage against armored units, and Thors are considered armored units. Not only that, but Ultralisk do splash damage, so these Ultras could do a huge amount of damage. Will it be enough, though? I don't know. Let's go and look at the army tab. MaDFroG is pretty much maxed himself out. He is at 200 supply cap right now. Or, I'm sorry, he's not at 200 supply cap. He's at 181 versus Fuzer's 200. So, Fuzer maxing himself out here. The Terran, as everyone does know, so vicious, so dirty when they are fully maxed out, especially seeing this mech army. The mech army is so good when it's maxed out. And we see all of these infestors way out in the open. We do see a great use of fungal growth here, but one infestor does pay the price, and this Ultras is not so lucky when he walks by this Thor army and gets roasted. So we do see the two massive armies here. Are they going to clash here? Will someone back up? I don't think MaDFroG has really anywhere else to go. Both guys trying to sort themselves out, test the other guy's weaknesses, and they're just kind of sitting there now. So Fuzer has all of his tanks set up, ready to just lay waste to all these units. And we do see Fungal Rip going down on these units here. And all of these Ultras are so pissed off, and they're coming up here. And we just see Neural Parasite on these Thors. These Thors are just killing each other off. And these Ultras are able to get to the tanks. These tanks are staggered, which are going to allow them to kill off some of these units, but there just aren't enough tanks. Too many Ultralists. The Ultras are going to come back here and kill what Thors are left over from the Neural Parasites. And a few of the infestors are left over. Those swords are going down, so MaDFroG in a really good position here. But actually, let me take that back. MaDFroG just decimated Fuzer's army, but Fuzer just has too many production units. I mean, look at all these. Look at all these factories. Holy cow. Yeah. Although MaDFroG did really just chose Fuzer, there's just too much in the way of bank for Fuzer. And we do see Fungal Growth going down on these Hellions. Of course, this Ultralist is going to be able to chew on all of these Hellions. These Hellions really aren't going to be able to do much to the Ultras, but they are acting as a shield against these tanks, and these tanks are going to be retreating, seeing as there are too many Ultras. But this Ultralist army is pretty much the last, I believe, from MaDFrog's pocketbook. MaDFroG having 43 minerals and really nothing online. We see some distance mining on the high yield. So MaDFroG desperately trying to get something back online. I do not believe that there's going to be enough time for that, because we see a massive army massing here. Yes, we do see a massive army coming from Fuzer, really tank heavy in this instance, and a lot of Hellions. I don't know about the Hellions being Hellion heavy, but we do see one really dumb Ultralist sitting there and getting wasted. Look at that pile of flesh. Of course, Fuzer really just has complete control of the map at this moment. And we really only have a guerrilla army left over from MaDFroG. And MaDFroG, realizing that it's pretty much over, he taps out. So, guys, that was a great game. That was really exciting. We got to see a really good use of Hellion, just a basic mech army. These tanks and Thors going up against Ultras and Roaches. MaDFroG doing what he could with the Neural Parasite. He did use Neural Parasite really well. And we saw Fuzer roll away from a Thor heavy when he saw all of those infestors. So great game overall. So until next time, citizens, stay safe. This is Venerati signing out.